Okay, welcome to UP Math and welcome to my first video in geometry. Yes po, geometry na po tayo because we are already in the second half of the school year, no? So in this video, I will discuss with you a special type of quadrilateral which is parallelogram, its definition and properties. Now, talking about its properties, very important po ito kasi there's no way you can solve a problem pertaining to parallelogram without knowing its properties. So, at the start of this video, I decided to discuss its properties, no? So, let's watch this.
Okay, so let's start with the definition of a parallelogram. It is a quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides. Now, what are the properties? Now, these properties are very important, no? Kasi kung hindi nyo alam to, you will not be able to solve problems involving parallelograms, okay? So, let's take the first one. The opposite sides are parallel and congruent, no? Meaning, side AB is parallel to side BC, no? They are opposite sides, no? Yung opposite, yung magkatapat, okay? And side AD is parallel to side BC, okay? Opposite sides are parallel, no? Now, these sides are also congruent, no? So, AB is congruent to side BC and side AD is also congruent to side BC. Okay, so that's the first property. Now, the second property is the opposite angles are congruent, no? Meaning, angle A is congruent to angle C, no? That's the opposite angle of A, no? Yung katapat niya. And angle B is congruent to angle D. Okay? Okay, let's go to property number 3. The consecutive angles are supplementary. Now, what do you mean by consecutive? No, consecutive means yung mga magkakatabi. No, example, angle A and angle B, then angles B and angle C, and then angles C and D, tapos angles A and D. No, so the measure of angle A plus measure of angle B is equal to 180. No, supplementary angles means the sum of the angles is 180. No. Also, measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is also 180 degrees. What else? You also have measure of angle C plus measure of angle D equals 180 degrees. And finally, we have measure of angle D plus measure of angle A equals 180 degrees. Okay, so basta magkatabi yung angles, supplementary. Now, let's go to number 4. The diagonals bisect each other. Now, what do you mean by bisect? No? It means that naghahatian silang dalawa. No? Diagonal AC bisects diagonal DB, and also diagonal DB bisects diagonal AC. Meaning to say, E is a midpoint for both of them. No? So, for diagonal DB, so since it bisects, no, diagonal AC, ano ibig sabihin nun? It means that segment AE is congruent to segment EC, di ba? Okay, binabisect niya meaning this one is congruent to this one, okay? Now, for diagonal AC, since AC also bisects DB, it means that the segment DE is also congruent to segment EB. Diba? Okay? Meaning this one is congruent to this one. Okay, so that's property number 4. Okay, last property, each diagonal divides a parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So for diagonal AC, triangle ADC is congruent to triangle ABC. And for diagonal BD, triangle DAD is congruent to triangle BCD. Okay, so these are the properties of parallelogram, no? Okay, so let us try the following problems by applying the properties that we have discussed. So we are given the parallelogram WXYZ, given two angles, 80 degrees and 11x minus 10. So since they are consecutive, then they are supplementary, di ba? So we have 11x minus 10 plus 80 is equal to 180, no? Combining like terms, you have 80 minus 10 is plus 70 equals 180. Okay, so transposing 70 to the other side, we have 180 minus 70. Therefore, 11x is equal to 110. So divide both sides by 11, you get x is equal to 10. Di ba? Okay. Now let's go to number 2. We are given the parallelogram PQRS with two sides given -1 plus 4x and 3x plus 3. Now, remember that one of the properties is that opposite sides are parallel and congruent. And therefore, side PQ and side SR are congruent. So we have -1 plus 4x is equal to 3x plus 3. Okay. Combining like terms, we have 4x minus 3x equals 3 plus 1, di ba? Therefore, x is equal to 4. O, ganun lang siya kadali, no? And that's it. Okay, let's now go to the next problem. For items 3 to 5, CARE is a parallelogram with the given angles 35, 55, and 60. And you're asked to find x, y, and z. Now, from the given angles, we cannot simply apply the properties of parallelogram. Why? Kasi yung mga angles natin hindi naman buo, no? Only a portion of the angles are given. So how do we find the missing angles? Well, we need to apply the concept of parallel lines cut by transversal, no? So do you still recall this? If two parallel lines are cut by transversal, then alternate interior angles are congruent, di ba? Now, sino ba ang alternate interior angles dito? Angle 1 and angle 3 are alternate interior, no? Bakit? Bakit interior? Kasi nasa loob sila ng parallel lines at the same time, alternate sila. They are not on the same side, no? Okay? So, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Likewise, angle 2 and angle 4 are alternate interior angles, so congruent din sila, no? Angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. So itong concept na ito ang gagamitin natin to solve for the missing angles. No? How? Well, if I extend side AR, pag ito in-extend natin, and side CE, okay, notice that we have formed two parallel lines cut by transversal CR and EA. So yung mga diagonals natin nag-serve as transversals, no? But I will choose the diagonal CR as transversal. Why? Kasi here we have formed two alternate interior angles, X and 60. So if ARC is 60, then X must be 60. Diba? Congruent sila eh. Okay? So next, to solve for Y naman, we can now apply the properties of consecutive angles, diba? Consecutive angles are supplementary. Because angle C now ay buo na yung angle C natin. Remember, angle C is X plus 55 or 60 plus 55 or 115 degrees, no? Now, applying the properties on consecutive angles, we have measure of angle C plus measure of angle E is equal to 180, di ba? Consecutive angles are supplementary. Now, since angle C is 115, substitute lang natin, 115 plus E is equal to Y plus 35, di ba? Equals 180. Now, 115 plus 35 is 150, so that's Y plus 150 equals 180. So Y is equal to 180 minus 150, or Y is equal to 30 degrees, no? Okay. So that is your Y. Okay, so lagay natin dito 30 degrees, 30 degrees. Now, how do we solve for C? Okay. We can solve for C by first solving for C, D, E, no? This angle. Kailangan makuha muna natin to. Why? Because this angle is a linear pair to angle C. Ano ibig sabihin ng linear pair? These two angles form a right angle, or straight angle rather, no? Okay, so ganun ang linear pair. This is 180 degrees, right? Straight angle. So pag nakuha natin to, we only subtract this angle from 180 to get Z, okay? Now, how do we get this angle, this CZE, no? So CZE, angle ZZE is equal to, remember that the sum of the interior angle of a triangle is 180, no? So if this is 60, then CCE is 180 minus the sum of the two angles, 60 plus 35, di ba? Ganyan. Now, 60 plus 35 is 95. Therefore, angle CCE is 85 degrees. Okay? That is your angle CZE. So, ito yon, no? 85 degrees. And therefore, we can now solve for Z, no? So, since they are linear pair, as I said a while ago, no? Angle C is simply 180 minus 85 degrees, or 95 degrees. Okay? So, Z is equal to 95 degrees. And that's it, no? Okay? Okay, let's go to number 6. Quadrilateral FACE is a parallelogram. If AE is 4 centimeter less than FC and FS equals 10 centimeter, find SE. So since AE is 4 centimeter less than FC, then we can write AE is equal to FC minus 4, no? Now, remember that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, and therefore, if Fs is equal to 10, then it follows that FC is equal to 20, right? With S serving as a midpoint of the two diagonals, no? Now, to find SE, we need to find EA, because SE is also half of EA, no? For the same reason. So, substituting FC equals 20 in our equation 1, AE is equal to 20 minus 4, or AE is equal to 16. Now, since AE is 16, therefore SE is equal to 8. Diba? That's it.